Well, in 1975, there was a Rath Yatra in Philadelphia. Prabhupada came, and one morning, there was the morning of the Rath Yatra, Prabhupada was giving class, and of course, it was place was packed. There was devotees out in the windows, hanging out, trying to listen. So Prabhupada was giving his lecture, and there was a lot of noise in the hallway. So someone decided to close the doors of the temple room. And immediately Prabhupada noticed it. And he said, why are the doors closed? Oh, Prabhupada, there's noise, this and that. Prabhupada said, no, keep open the doors. They need to listen. They need to hear. And it was impressive to me to see how Prabhupada was not wrapped up in himself. Although he was preaching and he was giving his class, he was aware of these things. And immediately he picked up on it. And his compassion, that he didn't mind the disturbance if people could hear. And so it was, to see that sensitivity that Prabhupada had was extraordinary. It reveals so much without words, but you could see the depth of the person, the state of consciousness, that he could be so sensitive and aware of these little things taking place, even though he was delivering, the absolute truth, the Srimad Bhagavatam. Being that aware, it was very impressive to see Prabhupada like that. And one morning, when we were greeting the deities, Prabhupada was offering obeisances to Gaur Nitai, and then going to Krishna Balaram, and then to Radha Shama Sundar. So when Prabhupada was offering obeisances, someone touched Prabhupada's foot. When Prabhupada got up, he told him, don't touch my feet. And then he continued on to the other altars, and then took Charanamrita. And then he sat on the Vyasasan, and there we were offering him garlands, chanting, we were touching his feet, offering him flowers, offering obeisances. And it was a little amusing to me, to see that, the contrast. But then I reflected on it, and I realized, well, when he's in front of the deities and offering his obeisances, he's a devotee. I mean, he's a spiritual master, but he's also a devotee, and then he's in that mood, so he doesn't want his feet being touched. But later on, he's the ambassador of Krishna. So so Prabhupada always knew where he was. He was never confused in any situation, and it was so reassuring in one sense to have a person that it was always black and white. There was no confusion with Prabhupada. He always had the perfect answer. He was never, someone who asked him a question, immediately had the answer. He didn't have to refer to this or that, or, thinking, or let me think about it. It was like, bang, And an instant was the same thing. Prabhupada knew exactly, don't touch my feet. And it was a great lesson to be present, to see these things. Just by being in Prabhupada's presence, you would learn so many things, the subtleties of Krishna consciousness. So it was a beautiful experience. The quality that impressed me the most at Prabhupada was really down to earth. And when I first became a devotee, the first thing I heard Prabhupada saying in the lecture was that don't make friends with a fool. Better to make an intelligent person your enemy than make friends with fools. And it was so clear. I mean, Prabhupada wasn't floating in a cloud. He was giving something very practical, and even up to today, that's one of the things that stays with me. That initial thing that I heard from Prabhupada, and hearing that, I thought, this is a very practical person. He's someone who's going to guide me, not just on the, abstract space of spirituality, but he's down to earth, the day-to-day affair. He's going to be able to deliver on all platforms. And that was a great thing of Srila Prabhupada. One of his, of all, of course, Prabhupada had so many qualities, but this is something that from day one that marked me, you could